Namaste, namaste. So I'm going to do a question today. Somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago. I was talking with a friend in the kitchen, and I mentioned something about doing a puja. Puja means worship. So puja is happening all over the world. When you have some kind of devotion and you want to perform some kind of a ceremony to give energy to that object of devotion, this is a puja. Puja and Tantra itself is evolving greatly. And so the mentality of what puja is also changing. So this person said to me, well, we can't do puja here. It's not a clean space. It has to be like a super clean space where we're doing puja. And that made me that caught me. And I was like, actually, no. So first of all, what is a clean space? It's a very relative concept. And the truth is, in Ashtanga Yoga, we have these 8 parts. And one of those 8 parts, which I talked about in my video about the 4 types of yoga, one of these 8 parts is the niyama. The second part is niyama, and there's 5 niyama, and one of them is shaucha. Shaucha means cleanliness. So if we're practicing Ashtanga Yoga and we are starting to prepare our mind for greater meditation, yes, one of the personal codes that we must follow is cleanliness. And so we can think about, yes, everything has to be super aligned, everything has to have its place in this corner or that corner or this little space, northeast, feng shui, vastu shastra is how we call this in Tantra. And that's true. However, what I like to say here is that this whole universe is a manifestation of the divine. The cleanest spots, as well as the cleanest spots, the most sterile spots, the most angular spots, the most symmetrical spots are going to be just as divine as the smelly spots, the spots that have death in them, the spots that just look so gross, right? That are dark colors and slime, right? It's just as divine. And even in Tantra, we have specific goddesses and gods that we're going to do some kind of puja for that exist in these deathly spots, like Dhumavati, for example. Dhumavati is one of the 10 Mahavidyas, one of the 10 tantric goddesses, and she's like an old witch, and she's wearing black clothes, and she smells, and she eats rotten meat, for example, and she's riding on a black crow. And we can do some kind of puja for her. So Tantra makes space for all of these environments because all of these environments are part of this divine creation. Okay, on top of that, what if we're in a dirty place, right? And we want to do some kind of puja to some great, divine, beautiful, sattvic, clean, fresh goddess, right? What do we do then? Well, all of our actions in that space are going to become devoted to becoming that. So it becomes part of the ritual. The cleaning up process becomes part of the ritual. You start to enter into bhakti yoga and karma yoga, as we talked about in the video, what is Tantra? And you start to devote every single action to creating a space. And that is your puja, that is your ritual. So, no matter where you are in the world, in your life, in time, you can always do puja. Puja can be 24 hours a day, even when you're sleeping. And then what happens when you really enter into that state? Your dreams actually start to become very clairvoyant, let's say. So, no, puja doesn't have to be done in a clean space. Puja can be done absolutely anywhere. So, on that note, happy puja, and talk to you later. Write me with your questions, acerie@limitlessexistence.org, facebook.com/tantrika guruma. Namaste. Bye-bye.